When that child turns 5, what you gonna do? Because at 5, that child has taken on all of the attributes of its culture, of its religion, of its household, of its parents, of its peer group. And now that child, if it's in North America, is entering grade school, where that child has to socially interact with other children who have been indoctrinated by other cultures. And that child has to learn through trial and error what is allowed and not allowed in this space and what is allowed and not allowed in the household. So that child now starts mimicking, starts watching what other children are doing and start mimicking what they do and start determining if I can get away with acting like them because what they're doing is different than what I know. And I don't know me and I don't know how to conduct myself, but for the first time, I have the independence where for hours, an entire day, I'm outside of my family telling me, no, don't do that, no, 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 no. I'm getting let loose to socialize, interact, look at, come in terms with my sexuality. Yes, at 5 years old, your kid could be in kindergarten knowing, I like that boy, I like that girl, or what have you. So with all these messages, all this stimulation, all this social and sensory stimulation going on, what happens every time that child has left and come back? You find that as parents, we have to deprogram through punishment, through discipline, through some form of risk or reward. We have to demonstrate to that child that this is our culture. This is our norm. This is the way that we motivate. This is the way that our religion tells us we're allowed to do or not allowed to do. So as time progresses, that child starts learning how to develop and play this act of I'm conducting myself one way in school on social behaviors. I'm conducting myself another way on weekends when I'm allowed to play with other children. Always remember, when one child deals with another child, that child is interacting with indoctrination, programming. That child is looking through trial and error, unless that child is grown into a tribe or a community where the culture is the same, the rules is the same. But if you're in North America and going through the public school or private school system and after school, during school, and on weekends, and you interacting with other children, and now to the point where you interacting with people on internet and social media, your child is pulling all the stimulation in and wondering, how do I chase dopamine? At 5 years old, how do I chase what is good, what feels good, what excites me? And if you are a parent who is raising your child with a cell phone, you are not raising a man. If you're a kid that gives your kid an iPad to keep them quiet, you're not raising a man. You're not teaching any discipline. Because if you're an older man watching this, you will agree that the reason you don't have millions is a lack of discipline. The reason you don't have a family is a lack of discipline. The reason you don't have the perfect mate is a lack of discipline. Lack of discipline is going to be causing much of your casualties in life because you didn't have the discipline. And sometimes you don't have the guidance to show you how to maintain the discipline. You have not become a disciple to create and learn discipline because there was no one there. That's why this video is being made. So in order to create the discipline in the child, in raising a man, you have to give that child a deprogramming. You have to sit your child down and speak to your child at the dinner table or what have you and say, well, what did you experience? What did you think about it? What did you like? And you learn when they start looking away and they talking how they lying, and you'll let them know. I don't care if you lie to other people, but you don't lie to me because I got your back. And the only way I'm going to get you out of trouble or heartache or a problem is knowing the truth, because I know how to think greater than you do. And I'm here to have your back 1,000%. So this is how you start raising a man from 5 years old. And as the years progress, between the ages of 5 and 10, he or she, well, we're talking about a man, so he is generating independence. The other thing he's going to get probably is going to be transportation. You're going to provide a scooter. You're going to provide a dirt bike. You're going to provide a go-kart. You're going to provide a bicycle. Something that has sent the message to that child that when you get on this vehicle, you have the ability to move away from where we are and explore on your own. That stimulation, that interaction, that social experimentation is teaching your child how to develop an identity. And if you are going to raise a man, it is your number one job to always dictate to that identity. Help shape, help nurture, help support, and also create comfort in the right morals, principles, and standards. But here's the number one thing. It can't be lip service. Kids will always do what you say, but they will more often do what you do. So you can't tell your child one thing and be doing something else, because then that child is confused. It's already battling so much stimulation, interpretation, trying to unravel it all, interpret it all, and then now in the household too. You have to remove all confusion. And with your spouse, your baby mama, your girlfriend, your acquaintance, you have to express, I am doing my best to raise a man. This is not allowed. And when that spouse, girlfriend, or whomever see that action in you, automatically they conform. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. They don't battle you when they see consistency in you. So by the time that child is 7, 8 years old, that child is graduating, going up in different grades, starting to get more independent, learning how to take care of themselves. By 7, 8 years old, that child is supposed to know how to pick their own clothes out, how to use a washing machine, how to use a stove, how to use an iron and an ironing board. You're not going in there babying this child at 7, 8 years old. You're teaching this child, because in 4 years, you're going to have a whole different child by the time they're 12. So at 7, 8, you're going to have to show them immediately how to be independent, how to take care of the household, how to respect and protect their mother. One of the things I used to tell my youngest is, you are here to protect your mother, not attack your mother. Never attack your mother verbally. Never cause her no stress or no frustration, because she is the queen. And more importantly, first you better remember that she's my wife. So if you disrespect or violate her as a man, I'm going to violate you for violating my wife. Then you get in double trouble, because you're violating your mother, the person who gave you life. After God, you must fear her to the utmost at all times and give her the utmost respect. So by the time they are 8, 9 years old and figuring it out, they're supposed to be able to know that you are the greatest reference, because you are consistent, you are there, you demonstrate time, and you have consistently deprogrammed them from what the rest of the world is trying to show them. This is the key ingredient in raising a man. That don't mean they're safe. That don't mean they're not going to make errors. That don't mean their choices are not going to be reckless. That's just called being human. But when we are raising a man to have a tribe, to have a harem, to have a community, to be able to demonstrate themselves, it starts from these years. Because by the time they're 10, puberty, pre-puberty is kicking in. They know what they can get away with and not get away with in the household. They start feeling themselves. They start seeing bigger, older kids in their peer group, and they want to live up and feel safe. So they do things to be able to create this image. So the next video is going to be about the creation of the image and what we do as parents to create a man to avoid him going towards his image instead of embracing his true self.